So we started our journey by understanding yoga is the higher state of mindfulness or meditation. We used both the words as synonyms. In America, people specialize everything. And then they start saying mindfulness is different from meditation, meditation is different from Kundalini, and Kundalini is different from yoga. No. According to the teachings, yoga is the highest state of mindfulness. Now, why we should practice meditation or mindfulness? To settle in our real nature. It's a long topic, but I have been covering briefly in this series. Here is Mead. I was waiting for her. Now she is there. And I hope, yes, she is there. So we started our journey. Meditation is what yoga is. So in that meditation, the mind awakens to the real nature. But why I have been talking about this real nature again and again and again? So once I awaken to the real nature, I bring an end to the suffering. Can I bring an end to the personal, professional, social, family suffering? Answer is yes. Why? Because now the ignorance of my real nature is not there. Can my mind remain clear in peace? Answer is big yes. That peace and the happiness will remain present 24/7. Why? Because I recognize my real nature. The moment the mind triggers, the mind realizes, here is my real nature, don't go there. So, in the third sutra, we understand that is a meditative state 24/7. I have only two men here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women. So you remain women all the time, 24/7. The same thing. Now after success in meditation, mind says, I will always live in peace and happiness, no worries. That is the success of meditative state. But if you return to a non-meditative state, then the mind starts wandering. Do you remember the 5 subjective states? Wandering, forgetfulness, and obsession, laziness. Because then mind starts searching happiness outside, in object, in people, in things, in money. But it does not mean in a meditative state you don't work. So that was the 4th state. And then we came to that all the thought patterns are either painful or non-painful. See our dear friend, a particular thought of politics went into anxiety. So all these thoughts are either painful or non-painful, and then these thoughts are categorized into 5 different patterns that we have understood. Then we came to that, what to do. So what is the practice? So the practice has 2 elements. One, practice, that is known as Vyasa, and the second element is dispassion. If I don't live in dispassion and I continue to do the practice, the goal of the meditation will not be fixed in the mind. I will not succeed. Practice with dispassion. That is why I say regular practice with wisdom will help us succeed into the journey. So the Patanjali, our master, has hinted in the first this sutra. It has practice as two elements. Knowledge practice means mind understands. What it understands? Happiness is inside, not in the things outside. So that's a long journey. I have briefed it. Then we came to the last week. What exactly is the practice? So here the practice is mind should continue to live in the fourth subjective state, that is steadiness in the mind. Now we come to the next sutra, that is the 14th sutra. What exactly is the practice? First we have understood what? That the mind should remain, for example, should remain inside me, inside the heart or in the head, and it continues to look at the space, for example. Now, how to achieve that? That is what is explained in today's sutra. Sautu dirghakal. So once you recognize that the mind is living within, that should continue to live within for a longer period. First, continue. You should have a continuity of the practice. Third, you should love to practice. No, today I am suffering. No, today I am sick. I will not attend. You are sick, then you must attend. If you have anxiety, you must attend the session. If you are happy, why should you attend? I'm pointing to everyone. Why this happens? That's a long principle. That's a very vital principle. It will come later. So the first point, once I realize this steadiness of the mind within me has to be done for a longer period. One has to continue, unbroken continuity. Two, third is I should love to do the practice. I am sick, I am not willing to do the practice. Who is responsible? The mind. That mind needs to be changed. So now the mind is working on us. Who says you that you are sick? Did some stranger or neighbor come to you that, oh, see, you are sick, you should not practice? Your mind. So that mind should change. So mind should have a willingness, commitment, third. And the fourth is intense aspiration to discover peace and happiness in our life. So you see that how Patanjali is explaining, practice should contain these four elements. Intense aspiration, not obsession, intensity of aspiration, intensity. Sometime I used to have in younger days, 104 temperature. I said first I will practice meditation. So I'm not giving a panacea for it. What used to happen after 2 hours, the temperature is gone. And again it returned. So again I did it. So sometime I used to do it the whole night to beat that temperature, including some pain in the body, discomfort in the body. It is that intensity is required to succeed to reveal our true nature. And then I should love. Why should I love? Why should I love meditation? Because I am saying, so sad, so you love. So if I say, love this stranger, you will start loving. It will not happen. I should think of it. What is the goal of my life? I had a clinical psychiatrist or psychotherapist, I don't remember. She is a wonderful, beautiful woman. She is attending my private lessons. So I asked her to write down what is the goal of life. She is well versed in modern psychology. What was her answer? To survive. Goal of life is to survive. So I asked her, did you survive when you were born? Were you aware that you are alive? That was the goal of your life. What is this goal? Mind must be 100% clear about the goal of life. I get very interesting answers. I play with the mind in order to make the things clear. So goal of life is to evolve, to raise my awareness level, to raise my consciousness, to reach to the ultimate reality. That is the goal of meditation. And continuity. Continuity means come what may. Tell me, going to the restroom is more important than practice of meditation? Spending time in gossiping is more important than meditation? Ask yourself. Once you have that commitment, and that triggers the mind to inspire you to meditate and continue, and regular practice with wisdom. I do practice, when I have 5 sessions in a day. So I have 5 hours of meditation with you, another 2.5 hours of meditation every day in the morning. I had the same complaint from the mind when I started the journey. After all, I have to do a lot of things, but I continued the practice. So what happened now? See that. I used to sleep around at 9:30, used to wake up at 7:30, and then my mind said, where is the time? Now is within half an hour you have to start going to the office where I was working for the federal government. My master said, work on it. You have to start, if you don't find the time, you have to start working before going to sleep. What do you mean? He said, spend at least half an hour to relax your body completely. Means you practice the meditation even while lying down. I started the practice for first 3 months. Now 9:30, I used to go to sleep and I start waking up at 6. 1.5 hour I spared. To cut short this reality check, now I sleep at 12, I definitely wake up at 4. And I am full of energy. That is the result of meditation. So from 4 to 6:30, I am with myself. Every day, without fail. I never tell my mind, today is weekend, no meditation. I say, this is a weekend, so I should devote more time. That idea, but why? Why I am crazy after meditation? Because that gives me the reality check in my life. That helps me to realize that my mind is living in that reality unattached. not passionate about anything and everything. Returning mind returns instantly, even if there are challenges outside. The mind has transformed. Go back to the science will say 7 hours of this sleep at this age is required. I simply cannot sleep more than 4 hours and 4.5 hours. Why? Because meditation reduces the hours of sleep, and you can achieve that ability. Then what happens if I don't sleep? Then what I have to do? Let me watch television. I tell you, this guy from LA, he has been doing it for last 6 or 7 months regularly. He told me one day that you see that I have left marijuana. Why you have left it? I didn't tell you. I find more intoxication in your meditation than in marijuana. That is his expression. I find more intoxicated in meditation than taking marijuana. So I was happy. He was also happy. He said, no, marijuana has, nothing to offer me. But previously I was realizing that gives me the focus. That gives me the focus. Understand that power of continuity, power of intense aspiration, and power of regular practice. Start thinking, do I go to the restroom every day? Can I do the practice every day? Do I wake up every day? Can I do the practice every day? Do I eat food every day? Can this be a part of my life? And then inspire your mind what I am going to get from the meditation. American meditation, you can relax in 5 minutes instant meditation. After 5 minutes, you go into stress. So meditation becomes a pill. No. By regular practice, intensity, your mind is constantly transforming itself. I want to add something more in today's session to make the things clear. I studied almost 10 years back. I don't remember the American scientist who says that we have 60,000 thoughts every day, out of which we hardly recognize few thoughts of pain, pleasure, work, attitude, behavior. Now, if you are 50 years old, then 60,000 thoughts multiplied by 30 days, multiplied by 50 years, it comes to about 12 billion thoughts. Not only this, wait, that is your current account. Now these thoughts are triggered in different situations that creates impressions, and these impressions are 10 times than the 12 billion. You carry the load of almost billions and trillions of thoughts and its impressions in the mind. That is your saving account. What is your saving account? Tell me, let me tell you. If I say something nasty and you become angry, you become angry only because the anger is present as an impression in you. Out of those 120 billion impressions, if there is no anger of impression inside you, how can you be angry? What Patanjali is saying? You have to empty these 120 billion thoughts. Are you getting it? There are hardly couple of 100 thoughts that we recognize at the conscious level. Then there is a subconscious, habitual, instinctive, impulsive level. We have billions of these thoughts. Patanjali is saying you have to get rid of all before you awaken to your real nature. Look at the task ahead. That is why Patanjali is saying regular practice, continuity, commitment, intense aspiration. You are earning 5K per month. Your goal is to get 50K per month. How much work you have to do? That is what Patanjali is saying. Second thing is that by regular practice, the mind will start breaking its habit inside. One more example and then we will do the practice. My dad, thank God he is in heaven now, but I should not criticize him. But he was an authoritarian. Don't compare my dad with any one politician here. I'm just giving an example, John. So every time I used to return from the college and he was there, to be angry. So now two things are happening. That was my family situation. Long back when I was 18, 19 years old, going to the college and returning. And we already know our young age. We claim we are intelligent, but we live in ignorance. I have to see both the sides now, in retrospect. But at the same time, I was going to the master on a weekend. And I used to complain. My master says, stop complaining, blaming your dad. If there is some problem in you, a reaction in you, that is why you are reacting. So learn, be aware that you should not react even if your dad is saying you are the crazy person. You don't listen to him. Every time he taught, I return, and still I used to react. Gradually, because that created, my master teaching created such an indelible impression that come what may, you have to take care of the mind. Because when the mind is obsessed with any person outside, that brings an anxiety in you, that brings a reaction in you. After 6 months, I realized that. He was angry and I was smiling. Now see what happens by the practice of meditation. The knowledge reveals in you. You stop reacting, mind is calm, and then the mind reveals the knowledge. I still remember on that day when he was angry, he was speaking with anger, and I told my dad, can we have a cup of tea together to talk and sit down? He became more angry. I said, we will have 2 cups of tea together. And he stopped completely. Because when you are not angry, your ego sense is not attacking him. Anger comes because of the ego sense. That was the day he stopped his anger. Because every time he used to be, I said, no, let us have something first. Let us have some snacks and tea together. We will sit down and then I will listen to you. Because even in anger, you are not able to speak rightly and correctly. I will definitely listen to you. And he stopped. That is the power of your own mind. It does not mean that in different situations how you will respond and react. Going back, and so we have 120 billion impression this week. Think of it and answer me. A big question I am giving you. What is that question? Why I behave the way I behave? Why I become lazy? When I am fully aware and understand that this journey will help me transcend all the suffering. Second question, let me rephrase it. At the time of the birth, I didn't become angry, I didn't react, I did not go into anxiety. As I grew up, why that anger and the reaction came into my nature? Eastern wisdom gives such a beautiful answer. Your mind may go back to the DNA, inherited tendencies, but that can easily be contradicted if the parent has couple of kids. One kid gets those inherited tendencies, the other kid becomes a monk. What is that which causes this problem in me? I don't want to be reactive, still I react. I don't want to be angry, still I become angry. I have a pain in the body, and I identify myself that my body does not have a pain, I have a pain. I forget everything, I forget that wisdom, I forget that knowledge. Why this happens in me? That you have to find the answer, and solution is regular practice with wisdom, continuity, commitment. You love. Why you love? Because it is going to bring an end to the suffering, because you don't believe in it. You still have a doubt. You still have a doubt. Yes, you can say that this beard guy is a crazy, has been practicing for 40 years. But if it takes me to permanent happiness, why shouldn't I be crazy? Question is this. That changes our attitude, our responses, our life. Buddha took 6 years intense practices to reach to that state. Vivekananda took hardly 6 months. There was another master, Ashtavakra. It took him hardly 7 days. Another master, Ramakrishna, took only 3 days to reach to that state. Why? How? That is the hint of the question I have asked you. So let us start our journey of meditation. We'll share our experiences later. Eyes are closed. Now with that understanding, let me add some elements into the practice. Eyes are closed. So knowledge part. Why we should close our eyes? Because the real nature cannot be found by any of the sense organs outside, in any object, in any person, in any event, at any time. So it's a symbolic expression that you close your eyes, you look at the body. Why you look at the body? And why you become aware that the body is comfortable and steady? You see, I'm answering every bit of the question that may arise in your mind. The steadiness of the body helps to keep the mind within you. You see that? I say, look at the body, become aware, find a sense of steadiness, and then look inside the heart and the space. Knowledge, still the knowledge step is going on. Don't worry, I have enough time. That's why I can extend that. So you are looking inside the heart, you become aware of the space or a darkness. That darkness, in that darkness, become aware of a point in the space. When the mind keeps looking at a point in the space, it leaves the body. When it leaves the body, what happens? Your body is a matter. So that matter does not change. It does not move. It is only a point of awareness. It has nothing to do with the pain or discomfort in the body at all. You see, you follow the same step and still you can go deeper. Because the knowledge part, the wisdom part has to be applied. Now see, you be comfortable. Again, I extend that step into being comfortable. Understand that. Understand clearly, you look at the neck joint. Means what? You feel the neck joint. You know the neck joint. There is a feeling. You are conscious of it. When you are conscious of it, you are there, then what happens? The mind moves at the subtler level. What is that subtler level? It is comfortable. You feel the sensation. You experience the steadiness. Does the mind accept this knowledge which I am speaking as an instruction? Your body will not move at all. Just by doing nothing. Just try this again. Look at the shoulder joints. Looking means aware. Mind is aware. Mind feels. Mind knows. That is a part of the consciousness. You see, you are becoming your own teacher. So you become aware, feel the shoulder joints, and keep the mind there. Keep looking. Mind goes somewhere else. Again, look at it. So when you keep looking at it, your experience in the mind becomes subtler than the shoulder joint. What is that? Comfortable, sensation, and steadiness. One more point of wisdom here, that you don't enforce the discipline on the body through the mind. If you do it, your mind will again enter into the body. It will react. Fidgeting will be there. Lot of movement will be there. But the mind does not accept it easily. That is why regular practice, love for meditation, commitment, and intense aspiration. Now you realize the subtle point. Look at the hip joint, be there, feel sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. And suddenly the mind triggers, oh, I have to scratch. From where it has come? The thought pattern that we have studied, 5 groups of thought pattern. How many thoughts and its impression is present in the mind? Well, I have just discussed today. See that? I don't want, but still it happens. But when it does not happen, you live at the higher level of awareness. So look at the entire body, from the crown of the head to the toes, to all the joints. And you are aware. You simply move subtler and experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Next step is being carefree, free from all the cares that this mind does. How the mind cares? 120 billion thoughts that I just explained. Even if we don't want it, mind jumps there. So can I get rid of all the 120 billion thoughts in a single day? Continuity, regular practice, inspiration, intense, and commitment. That is one thing. But what should I do here? The most powerful is to have a dispassion. How? That the content of the mind is different from the mind. The waves in the water is not the water. So thoughts, let the thoughts come and go. How? The way the birds are flying in the sky of the mind. The way I stand across a road watching the traffic of the thoughts. Mental traffic, thoughts. Mind behind. Only the human race has the ability to separate observer from the observed. That is being carefree. In that stage of being carefree, remember again, don't try to agitate the mind. In the next step, we are going to play with the mind. How to play with the mind? You become aware of the breath. Monotonous, what we say the normal breathing pattern. So keep your mind deep inside the forehead today, looking into the space. Lips remain together, and you start playing with the breath, short, quick, and playful breath from both the nostrils. And stop this. Do nothing. Experience the change. There is a big challenge. In meditation, we undergo variety of experiences, including freezing of the body, numbness, sweating, and vision in the colors. Our master teaches us that we recognize, accept those changes. We should not get carried away by it. Then one day we realize why these experiences takes place, or how they are helpful. Now take a deep, silent and slow breathing. Take your time to inhale into the belly, then into the rib cage. While breathing out, the mind is still deep inside the forehead. You start the humming sound louder, deeper, and longer. Mind will say, no, I will not do it, but you continue. Inhale, deep, silent and slow. But while exhaling, continue doing the humming sound. So you take your time to inhale deep, silent and slow. Do not make a hurry. If you are making a hurry, who does it? Mind. The mind wants to take over. stop this humming sound. Look at it again. There is a subtler step again. Look at the head and the neck. The mind moves all around your head and the neck. Wait, be there, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind goes to the right arm. How it goes? Take your mind at the shoulder blades. Allow the mind to touch every cell of the shoulder blades. Then from the shoulder to the elbow, from elbow to the wrist of the right arm, palm, back of the palm, all the fingers, and you will have a beautiful sensation. When the mind is aware of that sensation, you move into relaxation and stillness. That is the journey. The mind is subtle. It starts looking inside. When it starts looking inside means it is facing opposite to the body, and because the body is a matter, inert, body does not know itself, one, and the body does not know anyone. That is why we say that is the definition of inertness, inertia. So in our journey, that inertia is a stillness. But why? The mind made body as a slave. With 120 billion impressions, any impression can act. See that. When you do practice with the wisdom, the journey is beautiful. Looking at the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. Very good. You are touching every cell of the left arm. Be there. And sensation erupts naturally. Why? We will understand that. And in that sensation, we experience relaxation and stillness. Now look at the rib cage. From the shoulder down to the last rib in the front, and also at the back, entire rib cage. How you look, how you move the mind there, touching every cell. So you don't get obsessed with the body, but next level is the sensation. Live into that sensation, you find relaxation and stillness in the body. It is not stillness of the body. Stillness of the body comes by an effort of the mind, and stillness in the body is rediscovered. That stillness is one of the 64 attributes of the real self. Look at the belly in the front and the lower portion of the back. All around the mind is touching, looking, feeling. Move into that sensation and then relaxation and stillness. Right leg. Right leg. From the right side, the waist. You sometimes we are under a shower and the water flows down. We start feeling the sensation where the water flows, the same way where the mind flows on the right leg. And because the mind is facing within, it frees the prana, the energy, and that energy we feel as a sensation. We have explanation of everything. 3,000 texts, 3,000 masters. They validate it again and again and again and again for a period of 6,000 years. That is my confidence, comes from the teachings of those masters. You feel sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Sometime the mind enters into that sensation and stillness. Little later, it is okay, but appreciate, recognize, no need to worry. That is the journey, continuity, regular practice, intense aspiration, and my love for it. The entire body, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind starts living within. In that state, you are looking in the space inside the head. It is totally a space or darkness or empty. The moment any thought comes, superimpose Om Shanti mentally. Why you superimpose? Mind becomes aware. When you superimpose, that thought disappears. Again it comes, Om Shanti. How you do it? How you do it? Why you do it? Example, I come to your house, knock the door, you don't know me. You don't know why these thoughts are coming. So I come to your house, knock the door, and then you say who you are. I say Om Shanti. Why you have come? Om Shanti. What do you want? Om Shanti. What's your name? Om Shanti. I have only one answer. Then what you will do? You will close the door and say crazy. And mind calms down. Om Shanti we have to use like this. No thought is coming, enjoy that state. Any thought enters, feeling, mind says, let me scratch my head, Om Shanti. I had something to do in the work, Om Shanti. Any thought comes, what it demands? Your awareness and attention. It's not a big deal. Om Shanti, Om Shanti. do nothing, remain as you are. But when any thought comes, as if, sometimes we ignore in talking to someone. So any thought comes, you start looking at the breath going in and out, feel the sensation, no change. And if no thought is there, live into that state, my friend, and see what happens. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We have just concluded the meditation practice. We return slowly. First, become aware of the right hand. You become aware of the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Now open the eyes inside the palms. Ask yourself, what happened? What is your experience? And bring the hands down. We will share our experiences and questions if you have any of the today's sutra. I referred one of my friend, all are my friends, nothing over his client. He asked me which one is one of the best book. I said Yoga Sutra. So he read twice and he said, I have read everything. I said, then what happened? Are you free from the stress? No. You told me to read it. These books are not to be read like a fiction, like a novel. It will never work. That is why we have to have a crazy teacher to explain. How are you, John?
Okay. I dozed off for a little bit, but I think that's probably a first.
Okay.
I'm okay.
So we also have an answer that why we doze off in meditation. That is the subtler level. One answer is the mind at that moment when it is going within drops into its habit of falling into sleep. Second answer, when the mind goes inside, first thing, it should continue to move horizontally. Just to explain you. 1. So that gives you a deeper sense of relaxation. Second option, the mind drops down into unconscious sleep. Third option, the mind rises up. It takes you to the higher consciousness. But then we have challenges in the mind. Simple answer, 120 billion saving account. You all are rich. How are you, Michelle?
I'm doing well. I did not fall asleep.
Good.
Just alternated between like feeling very cold and very uncomfortable at certain points physically.
Physically.
So,
It is not due to the temperature in the room?
I put on the heat, because I
Yeah.
was cold. I've been feeling cold. So
Yes, yes. Then the time comes, this is another challenge, but you feel relaxed and calm?
I do.
Yeah. So this is another challenge. In a higher state of meditation, what happens? Your mind is totally separate from the body. You feel that coolness or heat or the sweating, or as if the body is rising up. It doesn't rise, but you have a feeling. It is sinking into the floor. You are able to witness the body is separate. So that becomes a little higher meditation. So as long as the mind is attached to the body, the mind says, I am feeling cold. You are not feeling cold, body is feeling cold. So that is what we will take up, the step of dispassion. How are you, Sophie?
I am good. I think I fell asleep a little bit too.
Okay.
When we did the Shanti Om.
Om Shanti, yes.
Om Shanti, yeah. You see?
Yeah, it happens, but
But
you
otherwise I feel very good. Thank
it
you.
happens, but
Thank you.
feel relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I will go to Mead and before and just keep thinking of a question that you like to ask me. Yes, Mead.
Oh. Oh. Turn. Whose turn? Whose turn is
Oh, is Anne talking? Shall I talk?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I felt I had some big thing I was carrying, and then it dropped.
Okay.
It's like I dropped something very heavy.
Once you dropped and you find that you are totally calm, quiet, peace. That is how the master explains that something heavy has dropped from my mind. Now it has become lighter. That is what the mind is rising high into the higher awareness or a higher state of consciousness. How are you, Anne? Sophie, you have some problem with? Yes, Anne.
Yes, I feel fine. Yeah, I felt very fine that it was a good meditation for me.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And
So now,
and peaceful.
peaceful. Any question?